Hey everyone! I have my coffee. I don't always drink coffee in the morning, but I really was craving one today. And this one's caramel flavored and it's really good. So it might be a little bit weird in this video. Sometimes when I drink coffee really early in the morning, it hits me strange and it makes me really like loopy. So today I thought I would do a chit chat get ready with me, like a drugstore one, because I haven't done a drugstore one in a while. I'll link my last one down below. I don't know what kind of look I'm going for. I'm thinking something like soft glam, and I've got some new stuff here I want to try, like these, the new BH Cosmetics highlighter palettes. They look so good. BH Cosmetics is like such a good brand. I have my own palette with them, my Shaaanxo palette. Wouldn't have it with them if I didn't love them. This is so grubby because I literally like just always have it in my makeup bag every time I travel, or it's always on my desk. I'm always using it. I'm so excited about this. This is the Foil Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette, and these are like super intense like foiled eyeshadows. They're so cool. Is Makeup Geek still considered drugstore? I might use some in this video. I don't really know. Like I always thought it was really affordable for like New Zealand standards, but then some of you guys are like, I wouldn't really call drugstore pricing, so I don't know. That's why usually when I do these videos I call it like drugstore slash affordable. Then everyone's idea of affordable is different. What is it? Showstopper cream stains. So maybe I can try one of these. So to prime, I'm going to use a couple. I'm going to use my Lumi Magique base by L'Oreal. By the way, my skincare routine is now up. So if you missed it, I'll link it down below. Okay, and then I'm going to use some Master Prime, the green one. This is the Blur and Redness Control. This is like just a tinted, slightly green primer. It's like very barely green. I actually really love this one. So I'm mostly kind of putting that on my T-zone and where I get little scars. So my favorite drugstore foundations, I'll show you quickly. The L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Mattifying Foundation. Done a first impression on that. I'll link it down below. The Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I can't remember if I did a first impression on this, but if I have, I'll link it down below. Amazing stuff. e.l.f. Acne Foundation. I'll link my review down below. This is super full coverage. My L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. Amazing. My Ready Set Gorgeous by CoverGirl, incredible. I should do a video all about all my favorite drugstore foundations. Let me know if you want to see that. And then the one that I just don't even know if I like that much, I thought I'd use this one today because all of the others I love so much, and I felt like trying something a little bit different. I've obviously used this before, but I can't remember what I think of it. This is the Infallible Stay Fresh Foundation 24 Hour. I kept it when I did my decluttering because I just wanted to try it out some more. The color was really nice. It's actually probably a little bit too dark for me right now. Like, look at that. So I might use a little bit also of my True Match by L'Oreal, which is like pale. Yep, that's so dark for me. I am insane. I'm actually wearing this makeup out tonight, by the way, so I have to make it look good. So this foundation is actually really nice. Like, it looks really nice. The coverage is so good. I feel like this would be really nice for me when I have a crap ton of foundation on. I mean, fake tan on. I'm going to take some of this color now. This is L'Oreal True Match in 1D1W. This foundation here is so good, you guys. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Isn't it weird that I actually love how my skin has come out? It's so full coverage. So after all of that, those two colors actually made like a really good color for me. It's just that my friggin' neck is so pale. By the way, my necklace, White Fox Boutique, one of my faves of all time. Good match. Good little mixture, good little concoction. Before I do my concealer, I have these which I really want to try because I haven't tried them yet. They are by Rimmel. They are the Good to Glow. I've got Piccadilly Glow and Soho Glow. I bought these online. I'm not sure if they're out in New Zealand at all or yet or what, but I'll link them down below where you can get them online. So I'm just going to take some on my finger. Okay. Rubbing works better. It's very subtle, but it gives me a really nice kind of sheen. Can you see? I'm gonna do like a couple of layers, but I'll just let them dry in between. So go onto this side. It's actually really easy to work with. This is my Lasting Perfection Concealer in shade 1. This is forever one of my favorite concealers of all time because it literally is just so brightening. Okay, you can still kind of see that highlighter underneath, thank goodness. I thought I just covered it up completely. It is very subtle. Maybe the peach one would be more intense, I don't know. But you can see the difference with my under eyes and like my eyelids. I love the coverage of this and it's so long wearing. It's so good. Just don't use it so often in my videos because it's like impossible for so many of you guys to find. And I don't think you can buy it online, but I'll have a look and see if I can find like an Amazon link. Now I'm going to use my e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder under my eyes to make sure I don't get creasing. I'm just going to use a small face brush. This is really good too. There are some glittery bits in this, so you really want to like buff it out, if you know what I mean, to get all of the glitter flicked off. Now I'm going to use some Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Sandstorm. Honestly, that Rimmel highlighter is probably better if you just want to not wear any powders, because it definitely dulls down quite a bit once you set it. But you can still see it. It's just like not very intense, you know what I mean? I'm using a powder brush to apply this powder. It's really good powder. Really cheap. Okay, let's do eyebrows. We're going to use this. This is the NYX eyebrow gel, and this is in the shade Blonde. It's a really good color. It's not warm, it's quite like taupey. I don't think I have a friggin' drugstore brow mascara. I'm just using an old lash tray to put the product on. And I'm going to use an eyebrow groomer brush. Blah, blah. I don't know what that noise was. I really want to get this in a darker shade, because, you know, I've been loving dark eyebrows lately. And then with this product, I like to just brush through a few times, like during and after, just because it can get a little bit streaky because of the formula is quite like goopy. Okay guys, don't hate me, but I've looked and I can't find any drugstore brow mascara, so I'm just gonna whip some of this on. I do have like a brow plumper somewhere, but I think it's the wrong color now, because it was matching for me when I had more like warm blonde hair. Now my hair's a lot cooler. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use my Insta Prime Brightening Eyelid Primer by Chi Chi. A little goes a long way, so be real careful when you squirt it out. I usually do a dot and it goes on both eyes like you just saw. Whoops, I just put that all on my eyebrow. I'm just going to use a little angled brush because my fingers are very clumsy. This eye primer is definitely one of the best drugstore ones. It's beautiful and really smooth. However, if you live in America, the prices to you will not look like drugstore prices because it is an Australian company. But for us here in New Zealand, in Australia, it's quite a good affordable brand. Why can't the whole world just use the same currency? That would be so much easier. One of the reasons makeup costs so much more in New Zealand and sometimes Australia as well is because we are isolated and we've got like no people. Well, Australia's got a lot more people than New Zealand, but in the scheme of things, like how many people do we have now? 5 million almost, maybe 4 million is, it's usually around like 4 million, I think. I don't know. Basically we've got like no people, so everything costs a lot because there's not as much demand. We can't order as much stock as like America would, you know what I mean? America might order like 1 million mascaras, whereas New Zealand might order like 100,000, so it's not as cheap. And then there's all the costs associated with getting it here because we're so far away, like all of the friggin' freight prices, and then New Zealand taxes and GST and stuff. Seriously, customs are a bitch. Actually, first I'm going to use this. This is the new Chi Chi Viva La Diva light to medium bronzer with yellow undertones, and these bronzers look amazing. Like they're quite pale, which I really like because sometimes it's hard to find a pale bronzer, you know what I mean? That's why I love that Maybelline Fit Me one so much. So I'm taking this color here on the same brush, and I like to take the pointy and see how it's pointed upside down and then run that through at the crease. Yeah, that's quite pigmented. I'm going all the way in. So yeah, I think I'm going to do like some kind of soft glam look today. Now I am going to take a firm blender brush and the middle shade, I think, because it's quite dark. And I'm going to go over the very deep part of my crease. So easy to blend. It's actually quite buildable as well, which is always good. Bronzers, pigment and eyeshadows, amazing. When it comes to colored face products, you know, blush, bronzer, highlighter, I love buildable. Buildable's good because then you get any effect you want. You know, if you're going for like a no makeup look, you can use the same product as you would for a product that you'd use during clubbing that you can build up and make super intense, you know what I mean? Bronzers are so good buildable because then you can't like screw it up as easily. So I think I'm going to use a mixture of the Foil palette by BH and one of the new Chi Chi metallic eyeshadows, so I really want to try one. This one's copper, it's so cool, but I feel like just doing, as I said, like soft glam. So still dramatic, but maybe just something that's like champagne or something. This is a gold. This is so pretty, but probably a little bit too dramatic. Look how pretty this one is. I'm hoping these are just like the, you know, Stila Magnificent Metals, the Makeup Revolution metal eyeshadow, stuff like that. One of my favorite makeup products ever. There's so many colors. Like this range has the most colors out of any brand of, you know, this kind of product I've seen. And these two I think are going to be perfect for today. I just don't know which one. Maybe the pinky one. Let's do this one, Chain Reaction. Packaging is really nice. It's like matte. It feels like NARS packaging. Chi Chi, what are you doing? It looks just like the Makeup Revolution ones. Oh, it's so creamy. It feels like butter. I'm going to use my finger first Oh my god, look at that. I'm so bad at applying stuff with my fingers with my nails on. Then I'm going to take, this is a crease detail brush, and I'm going to like use this at the edges to try and spread it out and blend it out. These products are best with your fingers, but this brush does work. It's just sometimes a little bit difficult to pick up the product onto the actual brush, but just kind of like grab a little hunk of it, see what I mean, and then just like spread. If you've got short nails, just use your fingertips. So I'm going up to the crease. I'm gonna try and create quite a sharp line. I actually just cannot wait to see what happens in the makeup industry by the time I'm like 80. Like, it's gonna be so fun, don't you reckon? Like, everything's just gonna go wild. I feel like the most extreme makeup looks will be so mainstream and no one will even like look twice at you. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm putting this all over the lid, and then I'm going to use one of those foil colors like on top of it. So this is almost like my primer. And I'm going to use whatever's left on my brush on that inner corner. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh. I'm just going to go back in with the bronzers, and I'm going to use that dark color again on that same brush under my eye. Okay, into the Foil Eyes 2 palette. Okay, obviously we're going to go for one of the colors that kind of like goes. I think this one, that's quite pink. Wait, let me swatch. I'm going to swatch these three. So that one and that one look like that, and then that one's a little bit warmer. Oh, nah, I like the warmer one. So I'm wiping off my crease detail brush, and I'm just going to put some of this like right on top to make it uber foiled. These are foiled by themselves, so you don't necessarily have to do this like double step. This is just going to make it even more like full on. I'm actually just going to go halfway on both sides and in a corner too. I really want to start doing more drugstore tutorials on my channel, because sometimes I neglect my drugstore makeup, and it's a good way to like use it, because I like do love drugstore makeup. It's just that, you know, I just gravitate towards the high end because it costs more and I want to use it. Plus it's usually the stuff that's like hyped up on YouTube and I'm like, oh, I want to try that, you know. If there's any amazing drugstore products, you should list them down below for me so I can go shopping. I'm going to wipe off my brush again. I'm actually going to use a really dark color, which I don't know where I'm going to find one. Okay, now for my outer corner, I'm going to use a little Cherry Cola by Makeup Geek. Same brush again, just apply a little to that outer corner. And this is matte, so it should mattify the outer corner a little bit, but we've still got that base underneath, so it's still going to be quite illuminated. Now I'm just taking a fluffy blender brush with a tiny bit of the product, like one little tap. Okay, this is turning into not so soft glam now. I might actually put a tiny bit of cola, cherry cola I mean, under my eyes as well. Just at the very outer edge. This color is literally stunning. I'm running a little bit of cherry cola all the way into my inner corner just to tie everything together, in my crease I mean. You know what I mean. This look is getting more and more dramatic with every passing moment. I'm just gonna do something natural today. 10 minutes later. I mean, seriously. Tell me if you've done that too. I feel like everyone has done that. I don't even know which friggin' drugstore ones. The Makeup Geek ones. I haven't really tried these yet. This one here, this is Nude by Makeup Geek. Apparently I'm doing Nude because it was the first one I grabbed, as you just saw. Ow, I just hit myself. Nice pigmentation, even though it's hard to tell because it's just a nude color, but it is. Eyeliner for the top, LA Girl matte eyeliner. This one's brown. I don't know if I actually want to use this. I'm just kind of testing it. It's actually quite dark. Maybe I'll use this. Let's give it a go. I'm terrible with these applicators, so this is very risky, just FYI. This is the Liner Matte Eyeliner in the shade Espresso. That's a beautiful color though. Some brown eyeliners are terrible because they just are very watery and like a light brown. When you want like dark brown, you know, if you're going brown, you want it to be like good. I did it. I actually quite like that applicator considering it's like a felt tip because it's quite flexible, so it's not as hard to use. It's actually a pretty good eyeliner day. Except now I've got to do the other one. It's probably going to be a disaster. I actually really like that eyeliner. That's a good score, you guys. LA Girl. They've also got a white one here too. Before I do my mascara, I just want to put on a little bit of a dark metal color just under my lash line. I'm just going to use this brush which has some cherry color on it. I'll wipe some off. This one? Sure. And then mascara, I'm just going to use my current fave, drugstore one, Lash Sensational by Maybelline. And as you can see, it makes my lashes like huge. I probably need to get rid of this one though. It's starting to dry up a little. Might do some false lashes in a bit. I just want to finish off my face first. So I'm going to go back in with that bronzer one more time. And let's try first the light one. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Oh my god. That is an amazing bronzer color if you're pale. This is a medium face brush, by the way. Now let's try this one here. Let's do a contour brush. I'll see if I can contour with it. It might be a little bit too warm. Yeah. It is a little bit, but we're gonna roll with it. I'm just using this like right on the outer edges of my face. And then I'm going to go in with my powder brush and blend everything. I'm going to use this Makeup Revolution contour palette to contour. So contour brush, and let's do this one. For highlighters, like, I want to use this one because it's way like more unique and interesting and everything. Almost like a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight palette, you know, those ones, and like the Kat Von D ones and stuff. But I think I'll use this just to keep it more like soft glam. This is the Spotlight highlight palette. Might try Vivid. I'm going to use my small face brush again. Let's do this. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's so intense. They are quite shimmery. They're very intense. They're blinding. What the heck? It's almost too much for me. It's too much. I'm just going to softly blend it out with my powder brush. Oh my god, if you guys like intense highlighters, you'll die for this. That's like one of the most intense highlighters I've ever used, I think. That was such a small amount on my brush as well. Like, next side, let me show you. So I literally like just look at how soft, like, alright. Like, what the heck? It's so pigmented. So I'm kind of buffing it in with the brush. If you like an intense highlight, this brush is what you need. It packs it on and buffs it out so it doesn't look too powdery. Okay, now for lashes. This is disgusting. This is my tray of used eyelashes. Okay, I feel like having a super long, like, flirty lashes. So I'm gonna do the Chic, and obviously they should already friggin' fit because they've been worn before. I actually love using reused lashes because they're usually way easier to put on. This glue is not tacky enough though. Oh, I haven't done blush. Let's try one of the Chi ones. I might do soft pink. I'm going to use a sheer powder brush. Might do the middle shade actually. This is a good brush just to apply a small amount of product, which is what I want. Especially when it comes to blush because it's so easy to use way too much. I'm just like opening some random Makeup Geek. What are these? Cream Satin Showstopper, whatever they are. Packaging looks like the Marc Jacobs. That's a really pretty color. That could be a goer. Cha-Cha. I have no idea what to expect. I don't know what the formula of this is meant to be. Okay, it's really thin. It is quite a cool finish. Like, it's very matte. It's quite sticky though. Hopefully it'll go away. It's not like terrible. Obviously you can't feel it if you're just talking. It's only if you like press your lips together it's like tacky. So here is the completed drugstore makeup look. If you enjoyed this look, please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what kind of tutorial you want next. Hopefully you like this color combination. I think it's really glam and really like pretty. Like, it's just pretty. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!